Welcome to Rick's Wrestling Review, and this is going to be my NXT Takeover and Wrestlemania review. Without further ado, we're going to hop right on into it. The first match we are going to be talking about is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and this is one of the few matches I actually predicted right here because I went with Matt Hardy. I was shocked that Bray Wyatt showed up at the end and helped him, but I like the way they're going with this, as it adds a true, strong tag team to Raw's tag team division. It's going to be fun to see what else they do in the upcoming week. Next, we were going to be reviewing the Women's Battle Royal, and it came down to Bayley and Sasha, where Bayley eliminated Sasha. Everyone thought Bayley won, and then Naomi threw her out. I was actually really shocked with Naomi getting the win here, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. We'll see if they develop this and make it actually mean something on SmackDown on Tuesday night. Next, we are going to be talking about the Cruiserweight Championship match, and this match was one of the better matches on the whole show. I loved it, and I got it right too. Cedric did win, and I was really, really impressed with the Cruiserweights. Hopefully they can actually shine in 2018, because we all know that 2017 was kind of a down year for the Cruiserweight division. Next, we're going to be reviewing Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax for the women's title. And this match went as good as it probably could have, where Nia just dominated Alexa. I think that you could have had Carmella come out and cash in if you really wanted to have a big shock here, but you didn't, and Nia is now in her first reign as the women's champion. And I'm interested to see how they develop her and who actually takes the title off of Nia Jax. As much as I love Braun Strowman, this match was probably the biggest joke of the night. You save this until the match before the main event, and you have Braun team up with a 10-year-old kid out of the crowd. I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it either. You know, it was just, if they were going to do this, they should have done it at the beginning of the show instead of building up all kinds of hype for it. But Sheamus and Cesaro actually looked a little good against Braun at the beginning of this match, and then Braun took over. And Braun and Nicholas are the Raw Tag Team Champions headed out of WrestleMania. Now, what happens on Monday Night Raw? We will have to wait and see. I think that, I don't think that it's going to be a long reign. I think they drop the titles at some point on Raw on Monday. Speaking of shocks, this is another match where I was shocked with the outcome, and that is the Fatal 4-Way between Bobby Roode, Randy Orton, Jinder Mahal, and Rusev. I didn't know who they were going to go with. I was pretty sure Roode was not getting the belt back, and Randy just didn't feel like he was going to retain here. And like I told you guys, it was kind of 50-50 to me. And I felt like Rusev had all the momentum in the world, and they could have really done something big here with Rusev if they would have, put the belt on him. But instead, they have Jinder Mahal win the belt. So Jinder Mahal is your new United States champion. And on top of that, Rusev is the guy that got pinned, which I think was a terrible decision as a non-Jinder Mahal fan and as a guy who thought Rusev was almost the favorite to win here tonight. But sometimes you're wrong, sometimes you're right, right? On to the next match. Right here, it was for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, and it was rumored to be a tables, ladders, and chairs match, but that didn't happen. And the New Day took the pin, which I think was highly expected no matter what, that the New Day would be the losing team of the three if it remained a normal tag team match. I thought the Usos would get the win to solidify that they were the best team in the WWE, but the WWE went a different direction, booking the Bludgeon Brothers to take the win here. And I think that was a not really shocking result, but, a little bit surprised that Usos didn't walk out here after the run they had with the SmackDown Tag Team titles. I'm almost guaranteeing you that the Usos will get a rematch, and they're going to probably build around the new storyline for this match is going to be that the Usos didn't get pinned, the New Day did, and that's how you build up for Bludgeon Brothers vs. Usos at Backlash. Next, we are going to be reviewing the match that actually started off the regular show, the regular WrestleMania show. Miz vs. Rollins vs. Balor. This match was really good, but it was kind of overlooked because it was the beginning of the show. And I didn't like Balor. I thought Balor was going to come out as the demon, and Balor ended up losing. But we do have a new Intercontinental Champion, and his name is Seth freaking Rollins. Daniel Bryan is back, and he looks just as good as he did 2 years ago when he was forced to retire. The man has not slowed down a bit, and he looked great. And even though Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are still jobless after WrestleMania, it was a very, very interesting match to me. And it was kind of weird the way they started it, though, because you had Bryan take the pop-up powerbomb. It looked like that it was going to be a handicap match at that point, where Shane was going to take the loss, and you could kind of build it like that. But it turns out Bryan comes back underdog style, just like the underdog he is, and gets the win for his team. And next, we've got what in my opinion was the best match of the night. Ronda Rousey and Angle teaming up to beat McMahon and Triple H. And I loved it. I loved everything about this match. Man, is Ronda Rousey going to be good when she really gets going in the WWE. She dominated in her debut, picking up a submission victory over Stephanie McMahon. I called it, you guys. I called it that Charlotte was going to take the win here and end Asuka's streak. Now, I'm not happy how the streak was ended, but the match kinda just disappointed me a little bit. I was expecting the greatest women's match of all time, and I think there was definitely greater women's matches than this one. Maybe they'll have a rematch that's better. Asuka ended up tapping out to Charlotte when Charlotte locked in the figure 8. And like I said, this one kind of disappointed me, so there's not really much I can talk about here except for the Queen is still the champion on SmackDown Live. Well, when I was talking about matches earlier that were gonna, have me hyped for WrestleMania, Undertaker versus John Cena was one of those matches for me. I was looking very much forward to this match to see how they set it up and to see how we got to the Undertaker versus John Cena. And once it was set up, we got Cena and Undertaker. Undertaker looked the best he had in at least the last 2 or 3 years. And he wins the match. He beats John Cena in 2 minutes and 40-some seconds, I believe. I don't remember the exact time, but I saw it somewhere earlier that it was 2 minutes and 40-something seconds. And I think this sets up for a rematch at WrestleMania 35, where you have John Cena versus Undertaker, career versus career. And Cena will pick up the win there, and Undertaker will finally retire and be put into the Hall of Fame, which he absolutely deserves. AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura was booked up to be a once-in-a-lifetime type of matchup that gets you ultimately very excited and leaves you in awe. And instead, it was a so-so matchup with a very good ending where AJ Styles countered the Kinshasa, rolled it into a Styles Clash, picks up the win, and then at the end, a shocking heel turn from Shinsuke Nakamura left everyone in awe. And in the main event of WrestleMania, Vince McMahon decided to pull the biggest swerve of a lifetime, where we seen Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns going at it, and Brock Lesnar remaining Universal Champion. I don't know how many people saw that one coming. I sure didn't. And it took 6 F5s and some elbows to the face that left Roman Reigns a bloody mess. But at the end of the night, the Beast continued to conquer everything in his path and walked out of WrestleMania the WWE Universal Champion. On the night, I think WrestleMania was decent but had the potential to be great. It did let me down. Maybe I'm judging it too much compared to NXT TakeOver, but I give it a 7 out of 10. I told you guys this was my mega review, so here is the NXT TakeOver review as well as the Mania review. The first match we are going to be reviewing is Ember Moon and Shayna Baszler, and this one shocked me because Ember Moon was put to sleep by Shayna Baszler, and Shayna Baszler is now your new NXT Women's Champion. This was the only match that disappointed me. In Adam Cole's second match of the night, we saw him team up with Kyle O'Reilly to go up against Pete Dunne, Roderick Strong, and AOP, Authors of Pain. At the beginning of this match, everything was going for the Authors of Pain as they put Adam Cole through the announce table and really left us as Kyle O'Reilly fighting for the Undisputed Era by himself. It looked like the Authors of Pain were going to take this one. Then a big-time run by Roderick and Dunne made it look like they were the favorites until Roderick Strong turned heel on Pete Dunne by then costing his team the match and joining the Undisputed Era, who are now still the NXT Tag Team Champions of the world. This was one of the bigger moments of the night, and it was absolutely stunning to watch live. This was Adam Cole's first match of the night, and man, was it a good one. The greatest ladder match I've ever watched in my life. Ricochet was amazing. Velveteen Dream was amazing. EC3 was amazing. Lars Sullivan, Killian Dane, both of those guys were amazing. But Adam Cole shines tall and is your first ever North American champion. What a night for the Undisputed Era and Adam Cole. And this is probably one of the greatest ladder matches I've ever seen in my life. And it just set the tone for what was a perfect NXT takeover. Next up, we are going to be reviewing the unsanctioned match that was the main event of NXT, Gargano vs. Champa. This match went back and forth and had me on the edge of my seat for most of the night. I thought Champa was going to take it at points, and then I thought Gargano was going to take it at points, and I was just ecstatic watching this. And at the end of the night, we saw Champa take off the knee brace and try and hit Gargano with it. Instead, Gargano countered and locked in a crossface with the knee brace, forcing Champa to tap out and giving Gargano his job in NXT back to him. I was actually shocked with this result, though. because I thought this was the perfect opportunity for Champa to become a mega heel and feud with Aleister Black and Gargano to go on to the main roster. Instead, Triple H had other ideas, and now we are going to see a probable Gargano NXT title run in the near future. And the final match that we will be reviewing is the NXT Championship match. This was another match that had me going back and forth with both guys winning at some point in the night until Aleister Black hit I'm pretty sure it was the Black Mass and picked up the victory. Aleister Black is finally the NXT champion, and I cannot wait to see what he does now that he has the belt. This was probably my favorite NXT takeover ever, and my rating for the show is a 9.5 out of 10, which is the best rating I've given a show yet. For more to come, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.